we need to talk, right? Diabetes has become much more than an epidemic. We call it a lifestyle disease, but it's more like an industry. And if it's a lifestyle disease, doesn't that mean it's caused by your lifestyle? So wouldn't it mean you could change it, reverse it, treat it, manage it with your lifestyle? Now, we're not talking type 1 here. Type 1 is a disease that comes with you by birth. It's an autoimmune disorder. I get it. But type 2 is about 90% preventable and about 90% treatable and reversible. So stay with me. What do you think causes diabetes? Is it sugar? No. Is it carbohydrates? No. Is it fruit? No again. What causes it is saturated fat. Saturated fat clogs the cell membranes, preventing them from uptaking sugar from the blood, resulting in glucose levels that are off the charts. Does sugar and simple carbohydrate aggravate it? Yeah. So must you avoid them? Yes. But should you avoid all carbs? Probably not. So I guess the question would be, what role does diet play in controlling, treating, reversing, preventing type 2 diabetes? A huge role. If you don't change your diet, you will never manage it. Yes, there are other factors. I get all of that. But if you don't alter your diet and move toward plant-based eating, it's going to be really challenging for you to handle diabetes. So this first recipe has very simple ingredients. There's no excuse not to make it. And it could really change the course of your condition in preventing, treating, reversing, and managing diabetes. If you don't have diabetes, this is not the time for you to sort of like change the channel, because you could be one of the 110 million people who are pre-diabetic. About a third of the country is either pre-diabetic or diabetic. So you might want to pay attention. This is a really simple soup. It's a consommé, which means that it's brothy. It's not a lot of ingredients, and it's very easy to make and very easy to eat. This is a daikon. A daikon is a long white root vegetable that tastes like a radish, but it's really high in fiber and contains compounds that metabolize fat. So it's a really good idea since the root cause of diabetes is fat. So we have water in this pot that we're bringing to a boil, and we're going to take the daikon and we're going to cut it into thick round pieces. A small daikon like this is a bit sweeter than a big one. And then you're just going to take the tip of your knife and cut little score marks crosswise, like a crossword puzzle, in each little piece of daikon. What this does is open the daikon up so it cooks really quickly. This soup cooks in under 10 minutes. I'm kind of making it so you kind of have no excuse, get it, to not take care of yourself. So now you've got the little score marks in your daikon, and that can go into the soup. This is the thing that takes the longest to cook. So the next thing to go in are shiitake mushrooms. And we have dried shiitake and shiitake mushrooms that have been reconstituted. You can use fresh in this recipe, but they won't have the impact on your wellness, particularly with diabetes, that the dried ones do. So invest in them and get them. Underneath the cap of the daikon, of the shiitake mushroom, you have spores that contain something called B-glucans. And B-glucans can help to control blood sugar. They also boost immunity, lower cholesterol, treat prostate and breast cancer, reduce high blood pressure. They contain 8 amino acids and linoleic acid. They are amazing. They wax your car. They don't. So we're going to take these soaked shiitake. You want to get them tender. You're going to take them out of the water, but don't throw the water away. And I usually take the stems off. And you want to take the stems off not because there's anything wrong with them. Shiitakes don't grow in dirt or organic matter. They actually grow on logs. So it's not like they have to be washed. But the dried ones, by removing the liquid, concentrate their healing properties. But you want to keep the water because the water will add a nice mushroom flavor to your broth. So that'll go right into our boiling water. And then the second to last ingredient is kombu. Kombu is a sea vegetable that has a very mild flavor, but is really high in keratin, which is the protein that makes up your hair, but it also helps the body to break down fat. So again, very good if you're struggling with diabetes or trying to prevent or control it. And we're just going to take and cut little rib marks in this piece of kombu. This is going to come out of the soup. You're not actually going to serve this. We're just going to let it put all of its goodness and minerals into the soup. Then, final thing, You're going to season it with organic soy sauce, and you're going to pour it into your soup, depending on your volume of water, until it looks like the color of dark beer. Then cover it, bring it down to a simmer, and this is going to cook for 7 to 10 minutes. Well, that was quick. So now we have our soup, and all we have to do is get it into a bowl and eat it. This will be your first course. Some people like this as a snack because it's very satisfying. You want to make sure you get some shiitake and daikon into each bowl that you bowl with this. Don't worry about getting the kombu. You can eat it if you like to, but not everybody does like to. A nice little serving, and you garnish it as usual with soup with nice fresh scallions or parsley to help to create a nice, fresh, uplifting energy. And this will start you on your path to wellness.